Steps for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
We can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.
Yo. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Rashad Milligan. If you are new to the channel, this is the road to 5K subs, man. Beautiful day. I'm happy to have everybody back home and just watching me and stuff like that. I really appreciate all the support type stuff. Feel me? Anyways, starting off on a bit of a somber note, today is, well, it's technically March 11th, but it's technically March 12th. Anyways, Junior Bridgman. This was something that was huge for me, man. So Junior Bridgman, a former NBA player, died at the age of 70 after he collapsed at an event that he was attending today. So, I saw it and I saw people share it. And I was like, okay. But then it was Mark Spears. Shout out Mark Spears, Hall of Famer Mark Spears, NBA professional basketball Hall of Fame, Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame writer, Mark Spears. And Mark Spears, he said Junior Bridgman was much more than a basketball player. He said Junior Bridgman was a retired basketball player turned billionaire businessman. I had no idea there was any former play, because the way I thought of it, I just thought that it was like Michael Jordan was the first NBA guy, former NBA player to become a billionaire, and then it was LeBron James. I had no idea that this man, Junior Bridgman, became a businessman and a serial entrepreneur, successful businessman, all the way to the point where he worked his way up to be a billion. I had no idea. Like another black billionaire. I had no idea, Junior Bridgman. And it really hurt me. It really hurt me to know that I was not aware of this great soul, this amazing life, this amazing legacy, this amazing career, barrier breaker, et cetera, all of the things while he was still here. And the craziest part is he was at InvestFest a couple of years ago. He's at InvestFest 2023 in Atlanta. I was working that weekend, covering it and stuff like that. And I remember I wrote afterwards about how kind of like chaotic the energy was. It was too much going on. Like it wasn't enough volunteers and workers and employees to hold all of the 20,000 or 30,000 attendees down there at the Georgia World Congress Center that weekend. I remember squeezing in for Rich Paul. I remember squeezing in for Tabitha Brown and listening to them speak and hearing them continue to say, we have 6 billionaires. We got 7 billionaires or 12 billion. It was some high number of billionaires they had in a building. And I know one of them was one of the Cathys or Truitts, the family, founded and owns Chick-fil-A and things of that sort. But I didn't know that Junior Bridgman was one of those billionaires, and he was a black billionaire, and he was a former NBA player turned businessman billionaire. Had no clue. It seems like something that you would learn Black History Month or something. This is nothing I've ever learned before. It's nothing I've ever heard before, and I felt really bad, that this is the way that I found out is the day that he passed, about his great legacy. So I also wanted to say shout out to Rashad and Troy and the whole Earn Your Leisure team for documenting history while it's here and acknowledging and saluting history and putting a great legacy on stage for thousands and thousands of his people to give him his flowers, standing ovation, and give him those flowers while he could still smell them in real time at one of the biggest conventions for Black financial, education and Black literacy, financial literacy, in the world. The Earn Your Leisure, the InvestFest, everything like that. So I just want to shout out those guys for that and all the work they do. Shout out to Earn Your Leisure for sure. Salute. And then, but yeah, this isn't like the guy that owns the Weather Channel and everything like that. and it has the business and spoke at Morehouse the other day. Hold on, let me see. I think it's Robert Smith, right? Robert Smith. It's not like the Robert Smiths. It's not like the Robert Johnsons. It's not like all these other black billionaires that I'm kind of like aware of and been aware of throughout all the years. This was someone I did not know, and he owned Jet and Ebony and all of these magazines and stuff like that. Like big, you know what I'm saying? Just a big stamp in media and black media, big stamp in all of these things, this digital footprint and just great legacy that he leaves behind. I had no idea. I just felt terrible. Anyways, Magic Johnson, he's another great businessman, obviously. NBA player turned businessman, things of that sort. And we don't know if Magic's a billionaire, but like I wouldn't be surprised if I found out he was a billionaire because he's done business for a while. And it's so funny because like his tweets and about basketball and stuff like that are so like surface level. His takes on basketball can be so like, oh, are you sure about that, Magic? And like, but he's like so smart when it comes to business, bro. Like a lot of the people, that you meet, you might try talking sports with them or something, and they can't go beyond surface level type of thing. And sometimes they'll be wrong about stuff and you just kind of let them have it. But they are so intelligent when it comes to like business and closing the deal. And that's why they have thousands of dollars and, millions of dollars and things of that sort. So it's like, I don't know. I always admire that. And salute to Magic Johnson for that. Here we go. Here's your statement. I'm saddened to hear about the passing of my friend, Junior Bridgman. I had the privilege of playing against him, and I'll never forget how he had one of the sweetest jump shots in the NBA. But it was his character, his kindness, and his gentle soul that truly left a lasting impression on me. He was one of the nicest guys you would ever want to meet. What people don't realize is that Junior didn't make a fortune as a player, but he turned what he earned into something extraordinary, becoming a billionaire African-American businessman in this country. His business portfolio included owning 450 Wendy's and Chili's franchises in 20 states, Coca-Cola bottling operations in U.S. and Canada, Ebony and Jet magazines, Valhalla Golf Club in Louisville, and he was a minority owner of the Milwaukee Bucks. Junior also served on the boards of the PGA of America, Churchill Downs Incorporated, Fifth Third Bank, Jackson Hewitt, Governor Scholar Program, Crusade for Children's Foundation, University of Louisville's Board of Trustees, Louisville Arena Authority, and more. He is the blueprint to so many current and former athletes across sports that success didn't end when you're done playing. Beyond business, Junior and his wife Doris made a lasting impact on opening doors for African Americans at the Kentucky Derby. Through their annual pre-Derby party and fundraising efforts, they gave access to so many, including myself, to experience this iconic event, something that has historically been out of reach for so many in our community. Thank you, Junior, for being an inspiration on how to be a man, a husband, a father, and a businessman. You spent so much of your post-playing career mentoring and educating athletes, and I always reference your journey when I speak to young athletes about transitioning from the court or field to the boardroom. Your legacy will transcend beyond your financial success to the doors that you open for so many and inspiring generations to come. Rest in peace, my friend. Kiki and I will be praying for his wife, Doris, kids, Eden, Justin, Ryan, and the entire Bridgman family. So here's another thing too. Oh wow, this is a great photo. Great photo of the two. Here's another thing too that I want people to also take away from this. And it's a side note. We get a lot of kind of reminders about this all the time. But your health is your wealth, man. This is a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? This is a billionaire right here, and he collapsed. Age 70, he collapses, at his event. And that's it. There's no kind of coming back from that for him. He was just gone. And nothing can quite replace, hold on, there we go. Nothing can quite replace your health. You can't buy health. It just is what it is. And it's a sad story. So make sure you take care of your health. Make sure you get checkups. Make sure if you got parents or older relatives that you're pressing them to get checkups, routine trips to the doctor, all of those things, and make sure that their body is good. Everything's going the right way, because what you don't know can hurt you and things of that sort. And I also know that a lot of people like this, a billionaire or something like that, a successful business person, they rarely get sleep, they rarely get rest, and they say, "Oh, I'll sleep when I'm," you know the rest. And rest is extremely important because if you don't get rest, your body will force you to rest and things of that sort. So make sure you keep all of those things in mind. Rest in peace, Junior Bridgman. Thank you for all that you've done, and thank you for leaving the legacy and a story that I'll now go way deeper into researching and learning about, and it will continue to educate generations and generations after me and stuff like that. So, salute, Junior Bridgman. Safe travels, like Tyler Creator says. So, yeah, man, safe travels. Rest in peace, Roy Ayers, as well. Yes, sir. So, second thing, we're going to talk about the current NBA and things of that sort. So, tonight, a couple big things happened. The game that I was at, of course, was New Orleans, the Pelicans versus the Los Angeles Clippers. And in that game, Zion Williamson, he had another triple double, his second career triple double, and both of his triple doubles of his career came in the last 2 weeks, which is kind of insane. He's reportedly already the lightest he's been over the course of his career. So he's the lowest weight, the best shape of his life, and he's playing kind of the best all-around basketball of his career currently. He had also in this triple-double, he had his career high for assists with 12 assists, and he was just dominant, bro. He was dominant. In the first half, he really didn't have his shot going. He couldn't really get to the rim the way he wanted to. The Clippers were playing very physical with him. This is something that CJ McCollum brought up in the post game, and they were pretty effective with kind of like preventing him to get to the basket and getting the looks that he wanted around the rim and around the bucket, which is his shot and things of that sort. So what he did was he just distributed the ball. It was something that at the last game I was at, I forgot who they were playing because all the games kind of run together after a while. But they were playing somebody last week, and Trey Murphy in the post game, he was just frustrated because he was like, "We aren't moving the ball. We aren't moving the ball at all." And it was the Rockets. It was Houston. I'm sorry. It was the Rockets, Houston. And he was just like, "We aren't moving the ball. The ball's getting stagnant. And we're complaining about calls. When we don't get calls, we shouldn't just like stay stagnant and focus on the calls we aren't getting. We should play around that, recognize how the refs are calling the game, and move the ball." And that's exactly what Zion was doing. I don't know if him and Trey had that talk, probably did. And because Zion was moving the ball in the first half when the shot wasn't going down, he was dishing out some dimes. And before you look up, he had 8-9 assists, and then he gets 10 assists in the second half. He had 9 rebounds. He grabbed his 10th rebound and stuff like that, and then went immediately into another assist, a home run touchdown pass. A touchdown pass down to, I believe it was Jose Alvarado for a layup to get him his 12th assist of the night and his career high and stuff like that. So Zion went off, bro. He only had like 10 points in the second half to start the second half. And so like you look up and he only finished with only 22 points, but like it was a loud 22 points. And then the fourth quarter, he was dominant, bro. He just took over. It was back-to-back buckets, spin moves. They couldn't stop him, especially when he got downhill. He was unstoppable. And that's what he said. If I'm Zion Williamson, all I have to be is myself, because when I'm myself, no one can stop me in this league. And he's 100% right. No one can stop Zion when he's 100% himself. And that is the reason why people thought that he was going to be the next face of the league after LeBron James retired and stuff like that. So Zion is playing out of his mind. He's playing the best basketball of his career. Now, many people are talking about it because the Pelicans are losing right now. I believe they have third worst record in the Western Conference. If they lost tonight against the Los Angeles Clippers, then they would have been eliminated officially from the play-in contention and things of that sort. So, yeah, they're right there. But they're saying CJ and Zion, they said the season didn't go the way we want to, but we want to compete and we want to make sure we execute so that we prepare ourselves for the summer, the off-season work, and we can come back ready next season and we can kind of perform up to the level that we're capable of. Because I don't know if you guys know, but they were like 147 games last year. They were a playoff team last year. And they've been a postseason team for majority of Zion's time there in New Orleans and stuff like that. So yeah, people aren't talking about it, so I'll talk about it, man. Zion's killing, bro. He's going off. In Cleveland, the Cleveland Cavaliers won 15 games in a row. They extend their winning streak to 15 games tonight, and they did it without Ty Jerome, DeAndre Hunter, and Donovan Mitchell tonight. They did it without three of their rotational players, three key rotational players. They still win, and they go up 15 wins in a row. Now, this is such a big deal because if you remember, they started the season off winning like 15, 16, 17 games in a row. So to do it twice in a season, they become the sixth team in NBA history to do it twice in the same season. And I just think it's sensational. It's something that we all should be talking about. And it's crazy because I was watching OKC versus Denver over the weekend and stuff like that. And it seemed like OKC was the undefeated, unbeatable top team, creme de la creme of the NBA. And then Cleveland does something like this and reminds you that, hey, Cleveland is still in it too. Like Cleveland is still crazy too with their head and shoulders above everybody else. They're two great teams. We're getting a lot of great basketball this season, and I want people to really appreciate it. So shout out to Cleveland for 15 wins in a row. That brings me to Shaquille O'Neal. Now, Shaq, he was in some kind of like, he got a lot of criticism for going on his podcast. And he was, the Detroit Pistons were brought up, right? So the Detroit Pistons were brought up, and Shaq was like, oh, that doesn't, impress me at all that the Detroit Pistons are winning games. They aren't like the third seed. They aren't like the fourth seed. It's like, do you have to be, these top four teams? Do you have to be the Boston Celtics, the Milwaukee Bucks? Do you have to be the Cleveland Cavaliers, OKC Thunder, the Lakers to be considered a team that we could talk about and that we care about? And he was essentially like, yes, I don't care about them. And he's like, they're 4 games under 500. He's like, Shaq, they won 6 games in a row. They're actually 5 games over 500. And they got this and that. And so-and-so was Bickerstaff was the coach of the month. And they were coming off of it. It was a whole thing, right? And he was just like, I don't care about Detroit. So they bring it up again tonight on TNT. And he goes, what does he say? He says, oh, yeah, I like what Detroit's got going on. They got Chauncey Billups doing his thing. I like the directions he's got him going. And Candace Parker, thank God for CP3, Candace Parker. She calls it out. She says, Shaq, I cannot let that slide, Shaq. She said, who? Chauncey did what? He ain't the coach? No, it's JB Bickerstaff. Chauncey, the coach of Portland. Oh, my bad. Well, I don't watch Detroit. In the middle of him talking about Detroit for the past 30 seconds, he admits that he don't even watch Detroit. What are we doing? What are we doing here? And then on top of that, they bring up Zion's monster game, right? Because it was a crazy game. It's a crazy thing that he did 2 triple doubles in the span of 2 weeks on limited minutes restriction. He's playing 32 minutes or less. It used to be 30 minutes or less. But Willie Green has kind of wiggled room a little bit and given Zion 32 minutes over the past month, I would say, since he came back from his hamstring injury in January. And right, so they're bringing up this monster game with these monster numbers from Zion. And Shaq goes, 20 points, that's it? We getting excited for 20 points? I want 27. I want 26 points. That's what I want. Love you, Zion. You could do more. I want more from my franchise player. Bro, the whole team was hurt this year, including Zion, bro. How are you going to contend and be a 3rd, 4th seed when the whole team has been hurt the whole season? DeJounte Murray, their coveted offseason pickup, is out for the season after he already missed a large time from the hand, right? It was like the wrist, the hand, the first game of the season. He was out for a long time. He finally comes back. He plays well for a month. They're finally getting it together. They're finally figuring out how to play together because they didn't have a training camp because everybody else was hurt in training camp and preseason. And then he tears his Achilles. He ruptures his Achilles. He's out for the rest of the season. So, it's like, what do you want? Brandon Ingram was out for an extended period of time. Then they traded him. Okay, what are we talking about? Herb Jones is still out. I don't even know if Herb Jones is coming back this season. Trey Murphy was out for a period of time this season. He's the one that had the breakout year and everything, and he's averaging 20 points, and it's great for Trey Murphy. But he was out for some time. CJ McCollum was out for some time. Jose Alvarado was out for some time. Even Jordan Hawkins was out for some time. BJ Boston is out right now for some time. Kelly Olynyk, they trade for him. He plays well. He's out. He missed tonight's game. So it's like the whole team is hurt. What do you expect, Shaq? You expect them to be 3-4 seed. But you don't know this if you haven't kept up with the team and you haven't watched the games. It all goes back to simply watching the games. Is it too much to ask for a national television guy who speaks about the game of basketball to watch the games that he's paid to watch? You have one job, and that is watch the games. That's literally it. Just one job, watch the games. And if you look at the contract these guys have signed, I know like Charles Barkley, like he said he wanted to retire for a few years, right? And like they got him a crazy deal. Here it is. We'll pull this up right here. Because I want you guys to see. Shaq is reportedly getting $15 million to stay with TNT, bro. Shaq is reportedly getting $15 million to stay with TNT. Are you serious? $15 million and he doesn't even know the name of the Detroit Pistons coach? $15 million and he doesn't even realize that the New Orleans Pelicans haven't had a squad all season, including Zion. And in the games he's played in, they probably had a winning record. I know recently they won most of the games that they played since Zion's been back and been playing more minutes and everything like that, right? Are you serious? $15 million and he doesn't even know what's going on that he's talking about. This is crazy. This is asinine. And salute to that word. But it's just crazy, bro. It's crazy. Yeah, because you have one job. That's it. Just watch the games. Just know what's going on because when you grab onto the like, oh, Zion's fat. James Harden doesn't play defense. Trae Young doesn't play defense. When you run onto these narratives, Kyrie Irving, the AD street close. When you run to these narratives and hold on to them, it's just a crutch for you admitting that you don't watch the games. It's like being like, oh yeah, Jamal Murray's like legit, isn't that? And Jamal Murray ain't the same, all-star, borderline all-star type of guard that he's been in past years, coming back from his injury. Aaron Gordon hasn't been the same Aaron Gordon that he was the year they won the championship. So it's like when you guys speak on these things, it's just like make sure you're at least up to date relatively. So you're not saying stuff that isn't right because you're getting paid millions of dollars to do this. On a national level, Stephen A. Smith just signed for $100 million. We were talking about this entire like Bronny thing, right? The thing that Bron was mad about, he went on a whole 5-minute rant about how LeBron was ruining the NBA by bringing on Bronny on the Lakers. And it's like he gave him a whole 5 minutes, dude. And the dude from the what's his name? Jared McCain? Let me see. Jared McCain. Yeah, Jared McCain, right? Outside of Jared McCain, they've literally talked about no other rookies this year, bro. Haven't talked about Stephon Castle. Haven't talked about Zachary Ricochet, the number 1 pick, by the way, who's having a pretty dang good season for Atlanta. And he's figuring his way out. He kind of stumbles like a doe, you know what I'm saying? Like one of them young deer and stuff like that. He stumbles like that. And he's kind of clumsy. And he's really skinny and stuff. But he's figuring it out. And despite all of that, he can shoot the lights out the gym. And when he's on, when he makes his first couple shots and he has confidence, he's better than any other player out there right now. And he's like the best. He's one of the best, if not the best player on the court when he's on, when the shot is on. So it's just like nobody's talking about that. He's the number 1 pick. None these shows, more specifically, First Take, has not discussed any other rookie outside of Jared McCain and Bronny James this season. The 55th pick, and Jared McCain was like a late first-round pick, bro. They haven't discussed Missy over there with New Orleans. They haven't discussed Alex Sarr. They haven't discussed any. I don't even know if they know who Alex Sarr is. So it's just like you get paid $100 million and you talk about every other rookie instead of the actual rookies just playing well. You get paid $100 million and you don't even know the name of the head coach of the Detroit Pistons. You get $100 million and you don't even realize that the Pelicans, not because of talent and lack of showing up, but just the fact that the team was injured, the entire roster was injured, unprecedented amount of injuries. It's kind of like them in Philly. It's just crazy injuries this season. And you get paid $100 million and you're still making fat jokes about Zion from like 2-3 years ago when he's at the lightest weight he's been his entire career. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. I think it's whack. I think it's lazy. And I think we should continue calling out this stuff. You're never going to know everything, right? Because we're not God, right? We don't know everything. Like Charles Barkley says, I don't agree with the idea of experts. We're just humans. We're not God. So we aren't experts. But if you get paid to know at least a little something about something, just do a little research before you go and speak about it. It doesn't take much to just, I don't know, just kind of check the box scores from the night before. It doesn't take much to kind of keep up. Like, I think your phones make it easier than ever to keep up with what's going on around the league. You'll catch some headlines. You'll catch some, oh, let me look into this. Let me see what this is going. Let me see what it is going. It doesn't take much. So, yeah, that's all. Continuing to demand better from these people, because if you don't, they're going to continue to get paid more and just continue and complaining on death airs. You know what I'm saying? Because people like, look at the ratings. So, yeah. There's that. And then I'll wrap up with this tonight. And it is from Rory and Mal, man. Excuse me. The latest thing, I made a video about Damaris versus Drake and Mal responding. So Mal, I guess 5 minutes of him apologizing to Damaris.
I apologized last week because you were upset at me because I laughed at a post. And I didn't want you to think that I was laughing at you. I was laughing at the post because we had just laughed about the post. So I don't want you to think that it's not love. It's always love from me to you. I love you and I support you. I just thought that the post was funny because we said that it was going to end up being a post. Well, Rory said it was going to end up being a post. So I want to apologize publicly.
Do you feel like you did something wrong?
No, I didn't feel like I told him.
So then why are you apologizing?
Because you felt like I did something wrong.
I told you that?
Well, your energy spoke to me.
Damn, my energy spoke to you?
Yeah, I'm an energy reader.
This is love language.
Yeah, I'm an energy reader. I read energy well. I read energy. So, you know, they brought it to my attention. Me and Rory spoke about it. And I was like, but I didn't do anything wrong. Like, I have that thing in me. I know when I'm doing something. I think any healthy mental person knows when they're doing something wrong. At no point did I think what I did was wrong. So when me and Rory spoke about it, I was like, yo, but what did I laughed. I got laughed at. Nobody got laughed at in 2024 more than me. Nobody. I was laughed at more than anybody on the planet Earth last year.
I ain't laugh at you though.
What?
I laughed. Hold on, wait. I laughed at you to your face. I laughed at you to your face. I wouldn't
But
go
I
on
couldn't
nobody.
laugh at you to your face because we weren't together when that happened.
But you had already laughed. Pooh, you had already laughed at me to my face about it. We had already had that conversation.
And then when it made a post, when the post was made, which Rory said it probably was going to end up being a post, I was laughing at that. Like, so it was just all, I thought we were all laughing together.
I have a question.
Okay.
If when niggas was saying disrespectful shit about you and making fun of you on the internet, if I laughed, if I had hashtag DJ Head, if I had retweeted that and laughed, would I have a job?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
This has been another episode of
You've laughed at me on the internet before.
No, I have not. Not when it came to all that shit, people calling you a dick rider and all that shit. No,
but that's where I think we was on a different page, because I didn't think that post was disrespectful. Nobody said nothing disrespectful about you. It was just kind of like laughing at the wish-washy switch side and it was like that energy. But it wasn't like,
I got a good
this
right there.
Fucking girl's a fucking, get her out of here. She's a fucking clit rider.
Even after the second post, you still didn't feel that way.
What was the second post?
I got posted again.
Did you?
Yes, I did. Another out of context clip.
Oh yeah, I laughed at that, but I didn't laugh on the post though. Because that wasn't that. It was like, it's just another post. But the first post I laughed at because we had just spoke about that being a post. But it wasn't like I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at the post. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I didn't feel like I did nothing wrong. But because you felt like I did something wrong, I have to apologize and let you know that it wasn't a personal laughing at Damaris thing. It was just laughing at that becoming a post. That's all that was. Got it?
This is big my apology. And I also appreciate Damaris for not backing down when she didn't, you know what I'm saying, feel like, okay, I accept your apology. Like, she obviously doesn't feel that way. And I appreciate her acknowledging that as opposed to, oh yeah, everything's fine. You know what I'm saying? Because even though she's saying it, you know, her energy, even through the audio version of this podcast, it's like telling, like what Maul said.
Sure.
No. We ain't doing sure. Do you, Damaris?
She gave you an answer.
Accept my apology.
I don't know what you want from me.
I'm asking you, do you accept my apology?
I don't know why
nothing.
I don't know. We have been in this office how many times since that happened? Once. And how many hours? How many hours?
That was only one time.
That we were off camera that you could have did this apology. That's number one. Number two, you're not sorry.
I saw you one time since that happened.
You're not sorry because you don't think that you did anything wrong. I didn't say sorry. I said I apologize.
It's a difference. I'm never sorry.
So then what's the definition of I apologize? What are you apologetic for?
I'm apologizing if you took what I did as something that was like, you know,
weird.
Laughing at you. Not that it was weird. Like, laughing isn't weird. I just laughed at a post. Like, that's not, I laugh at everything. Laugh at shit about me. Like, I laugh.
Oh, man.
But it wasn't, but because you took it personally and you took it like I was laughing at you, I have to clear that up and let you know, like, no, I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at that actually becoming a post after we spoke about it becoming a post. That's all it was.
Okay.
And we only saw each other once after that happened.
I saw you Wednesday and I saw you Thursday. And today is Monday.
So I saw you twice?
This is the third time. You also have my phone number.
Yeah, but I gotta apologize.
Well, he wanted to do it publicly.
So then the apology's not.
He disrespected you publicly.
Not for me. It's for.
No, it's for you.
Okay.
But I'm apologizing because it was something that was public. It was a public
100%
that you felt away.
I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I hate that I like agree so much with Maul here. Like, a lot of the stuff he's saying is right. The thing about it though with Maul is like, you can't say I apologize if I offended. That's not, like Damaris said, that's not an apology. At the same time, saying this publicly is needed, and his explanation, it made sense. But if you know the person took offense to it, and you know, as he's like kind of learning, the more they go back and forth about this, it's obvious that she did take, you know, disrespect, and it did hurt her. So it's like, at that point, it ain't no, I'm sorry if I offended you. It's, I know I offended you. I'm so sorry for hurting you. That wasn't my intention. I did it as that. Instead of saying, if I hurt you, then it is
about. So I have to apologize publicly to you.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could have called you behind the scenes like, yo, my bad, but that don't really, it's like, no, but nigga, you still laughing on the post though.
Facts.
So I could have done that, but then I would have had to apologize
100%.
publicly as well. So I'm just apologizing publicly because I don't want you to feel like I was laughing at you. I'm never laughing at you. And if it was something disrespecting you, I would have never laughed at it.
Okay.
But I didn't think that was disrespecting you. I thought it was just a funny post. So
okay.
I laughed. Okay?
Got
All love. This has been another beautiful episode.
Well, there it is. So yeah, that's how I feel about the situation. And I see what Maul is saying when he explains it that way. It is, you know what I'm saying, it is a slippery slope because you can't tell people what to be offended by. You know what I'm saying? If they're offended by something, if they're hurt by something, you can't control people's reaction to things. And I think that's the biggest thing here. So it's like, if someone took offense to something, regardless if it was out your intention or not, you know, the apology just needs to be straight up. I'm sorry for offending you. That wasn't my intention. and I will learn from this, and whatever the case might be. But yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say about that. But what Maul was saying, in my opinion, were valid points. Except for the I'm not sorry. Like, because nah, bro, you should be sorry. Like, how you gonna apologize with no sorry? That don't even make sense. It's the same word. But that's neither here nor there. Everybody, if you are new to the channel, this is the Roll the Podcast Subs. Thank you for another great day. Until next time, you all please take care of yourselves. I need to get some rest.
That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but.
George Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon, you want one quick question? We can't ask Rashad question.
Hey, Rashad.